well, gentlemen? Sick of the rush and regulations, weary of the roar of airplane engines and the smell of gasoline? Maybe you dream of a spot where, as far as the eye can see, there's nothing but beauty and fragrance and peace. And you've all the time in the world. Time for living. Time for long, pleasant chats with people who are nice and friendly. If you've ever had such a dream, then here in the gentle quiet of a tranquil countryside is the haven just built for you. Yes, here you may talk to your heart's content. And the more you talk, the longer you stay. This is Dulag Luft. Transient prison camp dedicated to the proposition that all men can be made to talk. Weiterfahren! Dulag Luft. German interrogation station for captured American air crews. End of the road, boys.
As mal.
For a while, anyway.
I told you before, you will not talk.
That's right, Sergeant. We will not talk.
Sergeant, I hope you get this man to a hospital right away. He's in pretty bad shape.
How about yourself, Captain? You don't look so good either.
You both get attention when it's been ordered, not before. You'll be okay, Ralph. They won't stall on medical treatment.
All right.
We'll all be okay. Just keep on your toes and don't be scared. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yes, sir.
Achtung. We're going to the building now. Then you wait for instructions from me. Hey, jump! Forward! Smash! Your name, your rank, your serial number, and that's all. Got it?
Diese Gefangenen, die sind gestern Nachmittag abgeschossen worden, nicht wahr?
Ja, bei unserer Luftabwehr. Wir haben... It would do us no harm to unpack our English, Captain. The practice might come in handy. Yes. The plane crashed yesterday afternoon, here, in northern Italy. A B-99. Apparently on a single plane sortie against our communication lines. Bombs were jettisoned, and the crew did a remarkably fine job of destroying the plane, as well as all the equipment.
What about personal papers, Major? Letters, labels, clothes?
Not a scrap. The prisoners, of course, were given a routine interrogation near where they were captured. Name, rank, serial number. That's all we could get from them.
Their base, sir. You learned nothing as to where they came from?
Nothing whatever. Our guests, I'm afraid, are thoroughly security conscious. And you may be sure that not one of them has any complete information concerning future activities against us.
Not one of them? Seems rather unlikely, sir.
Not at all. Air crews are usually kept in the dark about future plans. That's to prevent them from giving vital facts to the enemy in event of capture.
We know nothing? They know nothing? Rather hopeless start, eh? I don't see how I shall learn very much about interrogation from a situation like this, Major.
On the contrary, Captain. Here, let me show you. A news clipping, taken from an American newspaper we receive regularly through neutral channels.
You see, Captain, everything pertaining to the American Air Force is clipped, filed away for possible use.
Frank L. Williams, father of Lieutenant Williams, who happens to be one of our prisoners. Now observe what we learn. First, Lieutenant Williams is from Boston. Next, he comes from a fairly wealthy family.
And his father, as you see, has a rather special hatred for the Nazi Party.
Valuable information, my friend. It gives us a head start. And there are other ways, Captain. You have noticed, of course, that our prisoners number only 5. A B-99 usually carries 6. Who is missing? The bombardier? Quite possible. Harang? Why carry a bombardier if the pilot himself is going to drop the bombs? He undoubtedly would, you know, on a low-level mission. A low-level mission. That is a possible lead. Yes?
Prisoners are in the receiving room, sir.
Learn anything?
Nothing, sir. They seem very much on guard. The boy who's frightened, also the one who's wounded.
Oh, yes, the wounded one. Have him placed in the hospital at once.
Yes, sir.
And what about the others?
The pilot commander, Captain Spencer. I would classify him as the highly intelligent type, sir. Well poised. The co-pilot, Lieutenant Williams, also intelligent, but more easygoing, inclined to talk. And Mason, technical sergeant. Not quite so clever as he thinks. Quite devoted, I would say, to his pilot commander.
Very good. You will segregate them at once. Officers in the West Wing, of course.
Yes, sir.
And I think Captain Spencer. Waiting will bother him least of all. I might as well see him first. I shan't need you for this evening. Sergeant. This frightened boy. Place him in the East Wing. Solitary confinement. A little harsh treatment might do him well.
Yes, sir.
Why not frighten one of the others? Why a man who's already frightened?
That much simpler to soften him up. You see, Captain, each man is a different type, with a different kind of chink in his armor. Once we know that chink, we know how to split that armor, and so reach the man himself.
This man is wounded. He needs medical attention.
He's been taken to the hospital now.
Okay, kid, you got nothing to worry about.
But, and the Rufford's here, Simmersation's icy.
There's nothing wrong with Cooper, Sergeant. Where are you taking him?
To his quarters, Captain. The major's waiting to see you. This way.
Well, there's one good thing. None of us knows from nothing.
This way, Lieutenant. I got it all figured out. You know who's going to be the first one to crack?
Oh, the major.
How long can a guy listen to nothing but serial numbers?
Well, I guess we'll have to dig something up for him.
Turn the heat on.
Yeah, we want you to be comfortable, just like in a hotel.
Here we are, sir.
What do I ring for room service?
Did you say?
Room service, you know, in case you want any ice water.
Ice water? Oh, yeah. Right here, sir.
Did he hurt you much?
It's okay now.
He has no feelings, that man. I think he suspects how I feel about Americans and the Nazis. I'm to be disciplined, he says, for my insolence.
Gosh, ma'am. You shouldn't have said nothing, not in my account.
Please do not think about it. I'm sure it is all right. Oh, almost forgot. You must fill out your Red Cross form. Or shall I?
Red Cross form?
The usual form for all prisoners of war. It simply ensures you receiving your mail and sees to it your parents are notified you're safe. Here, I'll show you. Your name, Ralph?
N.
Cole. The rank, sergeant. And your serial number?
14161-095.
095. And your unit?
My unit? Well, is that all right to give?
Oh, yes. That's a regular part of the form, Ralph. Here. Here, forms filled out by some of the other boys here. Rank, serial number, unit, and base.
Okay. It's the 950th Medium Bombardment Group.
And the base?
A fighter base, Naples, Italy.
Fine, Ralph. And now I think you better have some sleep. You're quite sure you're comfortable?
Comfortable? Say, listen, for the past 3 weeks, I've been living in one tent with 9 other guys. That ought to give you some idea.
One tent, yes? That surprises me. I always thought the American Air Force had far better accommodation for its men in Germany.
Well, they do. It's just that we sort of moved into Naples in a hurry. They weren't set up for us yet.
But before that, it was not so bad?
Yeah, that's right. Back in Tunisia, there was only 6 to a tent.
Oh, I see. That was luxury, no?
That was living. But this, baby, this is dreaming.
The fact is, Lieutenant, we simply don't bother with interrogation anymore. And I think you can understand why. The men interrogated, the prisoners of war, how much do they themselves really know about what's going on? Excuse me. Major von Ben speaking. Yes?
From Tunisia, Major. As you know, that particular field at Naples is a fighter base. Now, why should they suddenly transfer an entire medium bomber group there? It was quite sudden. The accommodation were most inadequate. Was that, sir? How long have they been there?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, I'll be glad to join you. Tonight, then. Goodbye, sir. As I was saying, Lieutenant, I know that we don't advise our flyers as to what our plans are. And I don't imagine your Air Force does either.
Oh, I don't know, Major. The American flyer is a pretty well-informed guy.
I am perfectly aware of that fact, I assure you. But the point I'm making is this. We don't feel he has enough strategic information to justify a formal interrogation. We rely on outside reports, military intelligence, and we keep closely up to date. Your own organization, for instance, the 950th Bombardment Group. Let's see. Here we are. Based in Tunisia until 3 weeks ago and now in Naples. Mm-hmm. You see? Quite current.
Just a minute, Major. How did you know that we were in the 950th?
Oh, your commander, Captain Spencer, was telling me about the organization and some of your experiences.
Well, we've had plenty of them, sir.
I'd like to hear about them sometime, Lieutenant. From all I can gather, when one flies a P-99, one just naturally has experiences.
It's a terrific ship, all right.
I'm sure it is. I must admit, however, it's your heavy bomber that we really worry about.
Then you've never seen a B-99 in action, Major. That's all I can say.
Do you remember the Strass line raid?
The factory? How could we forget it?
But when heavy bombers used on that mission.
That's right. And some of the boys who were on it just came into our outfit. Never flew mediums before. Do you know what they say? If they'd had 99s at Strass line, they could have done twice the job.
Really? But your B-99s could never have carried as many bombs.
It doesn't matter, Major. What you want on a raid like that is plenty of speed. The factory was well fortified, so you want to come in fast, give them plenty of surprise. Then, too, it was in a congested part of the city, and the lower you are, the better you can pick out your target. Oh, now, if there's a better plane for that kind of low-level bombing, I'd like to know what it is.
Very well, Lieutenant. I'm convinced. Another, Lieutenant?
No more, sir. Not on an empty stomach.
Oh, how thoughtless of me. You must be famished. Ruining, I think you should take care of that without any further delay.
Yes, indeed, sir. Suppose we lunch together, Lieutenant. Sounds good to me. Well, thanks for the drinks, Major. And don't underrate that B-99.
Indeed, I won't. Perhaps we should make some copies of it.
That's a very good idea, sir. Sorry I can't give you any help. Goodbye, Major.
Well, sir. Sorry, I can't give you any help. Idiot. Let's hope our own pilots don't conduct themselves like that one. Bring in Sergeant Mason.
Right away, sir.
It was much better, eh, Major?
We are making progress. 3 weeks ago, and rather suddenly, an entire group of medium bombers moved into a fighter field. What does that suggest to you?
Well, that they were needed for a special kind of mission, something only they could do.
Exactly. The B-99, you know, has a limited range. Certain targets, which could not be struck from North Africa, could be struck from Naples.
But which targets? Within medium bomber range of Naples, there must be thousands of bombing targets.
Oh, no. Not thousands. Not for low-level missions. And that's what they are concentrating on now. Why, Captain, they've even experts along. Specialists in low-level bombing attack.
The Strassline flyers.
Yes. An industrial target in a crowded area. We'll see if Sergeant Mason can tell us about that.
I better notify the men, don't you think, Major?
We might not need them, of course. It all depends on the sergeant and how clever he feels he is.
Well, I'll leave you plenty of time, anyway.
Excuse me, sir. Sergeant Mason, sir.
Over here, Sergeant. Now, your name I see is Alfred Mason. No middle initial?
No, sir.
Technical sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Your unit number? The name of your organization, Sergeant. It's a perfectly proper question.
Oh, yes, sir. It's the 16th Bombardment Group.
And your base?
Palermo, Sicily.
Mm-hmm. Quite a time you boys of the 16th have been having, huh?
Yes, sir. We've been pretty busy, Major.
And no doubt you'll regret missing out on all the future operations.
Yeah, sure will.
You have big things in store for us, eh?
Well, I wouldn't like to talk about that, sir.
Naturally. But you may be sure that I shall advise a general strengthening of the defenses in northern Italy.
Well, I don't know where you got it, sir, but...
Production, Sergeant. I know those B-99s of yours were primarily built for a short-range mission.
That's right, sir.
And for certain types of targets, say, airdromes.
Yeah, airdromes and ammunition dumps. So you know that too, huh?
Yes. And I know what a fool you are. How dare you come in here and try to deceive a German officer? The 16th Bombardment Group, Palermo, Sicily. Do you think we are so stupid we don't know that you're from the 950th? Naples, and that you came there 3 weeks ago from Tunisia?
Well, that's not true, sir. We
Don't stand there and contradict me. Everything you've said is lies, everything. We know all about the missions you're planning, all about the extra fuel tanks in your planes. Those silly planes of yours. What can you hope to accomplish with those absurd bombers, those B-99s?
You'll have a chance to find that out, Major.
Yes, and perhaps a chance to witness the extraordinary speed, 300 miles an hour.
Not 300, 360.
60! How fantastic! How typical of your boasting! Your whole Air Force is as stupid a lie as you are.
You'll see how stupid we are. We're going to blast you off the map. Did you know that? And we're getting set for it right now. You'll find out.